Hey guys, what's happening? It's Meshi with Path to Wellness with Meshi. How is everybody doing on this beautiful, beautiful day? As you can tell by the title, yes, you have guessed it, another month has gone by, which also means that it's time for another monthly favorite. So without keeping you here much longer, let's just dive right into what has gone awesome for the month of April. Let's go. So the month of April was a very interesting month for me, and I'm not going to really spend too much time reflecting because this is not a Dear Diary session, let's just be real. But I wanted to share a few things that have gone absolutely amazing for the month of April. For me personally, very last minute, we have decided to, as a family, to take a trip. And I mean, it was literally last minute. We decided that about 2 days before our plane took off that we're going to go to Hawaii, which was of course a dream come true. It was absolutely amazing. So with that came a whole ball of emotions and things like that, and I will be diving into the mindset shifts that have taken place as a result of that. But first and foremost, let's just get started with beauty, because I know that that's whenever I watch favorites, that's usually my favorite. So because we were traveling, I really didn't want to travel with too much makeup and too many beauty products. Basically all I cared about is sunscreen. Yes, I do. Do I have at least some basic foundation, and do I have like sun protection of what I can use after the fact? Perfect. If you have all of those, then I think you're off to the races. So the foundation that I found myself using the most, I'm going to pop it on the screen here because I actually ended up giving it back to my mom because it was hers to begin with, is the RMS uncoverup foundation. I have it in the shade 22. Perfect consistency. The only thing that I wish that they had was really just some SPF in there, and then I would have been completely taken care of. And alongside that, I was actually going back to the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation, and I'm still wearing that today because it's just, the love affair does not end with this guy. It's super lightweight, it's moisturizing, it's really just nourishing for your skin. So if you haven't seen my full review of this, I will leave the link down in the show notes so you can take a look, but highly recommend it. And again, like, it would just rekindle that relationship. The other thing that I picked up right before I left, because I knew that once I'm out in the sun, really as far as makeup is concerned, is I'm going to be going really minimal. So I picked up a new lip to cheek. This is in a shade, what is your name? Elusive. Really, really beautiful shade. Hang on, I'll just do a quick swatch. I don't know if you can kind of tell. It's sort of like a berry tone, but it's like a darker berry tone. Really pretty. And then of course it kind of... Anyway, really beautiful. It's one of their newer shades that they came out with, and like, love at first sight. Let me just tell you that. Now, the other thing that I wanted to grab right before we left is really, I didn't really want it to fuss with my lips, so I just wanted to grab just a basic lip gloss right before I left. So I picked up the one from Elate. This is in the shade Exposed. Again, wearing it today, don't foot applicator. It just gives you a little sheer color, but it's still very like everyday color. It's very wearable. So and of course, you know, if you know Elate, you know that Elate and I are really tight. Like I love the company. They're a newer company. They are Canadian. Again, I have reviewed a few of their products before. I will just leave them in the description if you wanted to learn more about the company itself and some of their products that are absolutely killer. This is one of those things. This is from Well People. This is their Natural Contour and Highlight Duo. The contour shade, it's so beautiful, you guys, and the consistency of it, it's still, again, full review has already been done on it, but it's definitely worth the mention once more because it's super compact and it's awesome to travel with. So highly recommend it. Now, because I was out in the sun, that also meant that I needed some level of sun protection. So I gravitated back to the Matte Hippie. This is their Hydrating Nutrient Mist. This is the product that you've seen me use and wear in my skin detox video. Again, if you haven't caught that video just yet, I will leave it in the show notes so you can take a look at like the full spring detox skincare routine that I usually do each year. But this is basically just a mist. See, it's like a relatively fine mist. And basically what this does is you end up just spraying it on your face, and you kind of tap it right in and massaging it on your neck, massage it on your face, and it helps basically it helps with the appearance of any type of photo damage. I just wanted something where if I travel, and you know how I get super dehydrated, like you get really dehydrated on the plane? Well, I wanted something like this that you can just kind of spray on and it's just refreshing. It's sort of like the Evian spray, which is a complete waste of money. This is much better because it actually has, you know, ingredients in there that is good for you. So, good for it. I don't know why we're talking like that. Like, you used to be normal, Mesh. Anyways, highly recommend it. Anything really from Mad Hippie, basically I have now made it to a point where I have tried enough products from them that I can actually, with confidence, highly recommend them because their products are absolutely amazing. Now, speaking of skincare, so as I got back and I completely ran out of moisturizer, because why not, I went to my local Whole Foods type store and I picked up these little guys. So this is like a full little trial setup from Andalou Naturals. So they are a green company. If you put them into Think Dirty, they come up as like a 3, so they're definitely clean. This is their hemp stem cell infused line. So they basically have a day cream, so this is called Happy Day Cream. They have a night cream, so that's called Dreamy Night. You also get a detox mask, which is awesome, and you also get an exfoliating scrub and a toner. So for like 5 products, it kind of gives you an idea, and it gives you a little bit of time to kind of try out the products, see how they go. I find that the moisturizer, the day cream, quickly absorbs, very moisturizing. It doesn't feel my skin weird and tight. And the night cream is perfect for like just really oomping, you know, the moisture in your skin. I really like it, but I'm going to continue to test it. If you guys want to see like a full review of the line, or if you have tried it, let me know in the comments. But so far, I like it. Because even like when I use the toner wouldn't leave my skin like super tight and dry. Like, you know, when you sometimes use toners and they just kind of feel like, you know, like you put a mask on your face and then you're kind of pulling it. I don't know why I'm making that face. I don't know. Apparently we need to somehow articulate the fact that the toners that I have used in the past were drying and this one isn't. It's okay. Now, and right before I left, of course, whenever you're traveling, you need to have your deodorant game fair and strong because you just do. So right before I left, I had no idea. By the way, if any of you have known about this and didn't tell me, come on, share it with your friends, people. Share it with your friends. Routine makes, most of you already know that I'm a huge fan of Routine, the deodorant. They make minis. I'm still on this. This is amazing. So I went into my local little yoga studio and they have little minis as a trial size. So I picked up the scent Superstar and Moon Sisters. Of course, super fitting. I actually picked this up for my husband and I picked the Moon Sisters up for myself. I ended up keeping both because they just smell absolutely divine. It's perfect when you're traveling because you don't need a ton of deodorant, but you need some. Oh yeah. I will leave the description here of each scent because I'm just not going to attempt to describe the scent to you. All I can tell you is that these are awesome. If you are just looking for something quick that you can travel with, throw it in your purse, these are perfect for that because it's a perfect size. And when it comes to perfumes, I've been really gravitating towards these beauties. This is from Ganesha's Garden, Solid Perfume. And I have it in a scent Plumeria and Amber. Amber obviously has been getting a lot more love than Plumeria. Plumeria is beautiful. It's just, it's a little bit newer to me. But these are like hand carved, you guys. Like, look how beautiful that is. I can do a close-up so that you can kind of take a look a little bit closer. Right? Isn't it pretty? I really enjoy them. They are non-toxic perfumes. They are using essential oils in there. So And each scent has like, it's so funny because you smell it in the pan, it gives you one scent profile. Once you put it on your skin and it actually gets absorbed a little bit into your skin, totally different, and the scent sort of lingers, which is sort of why I really like solid perfumes a little bit more than, you know, even like the roll-on essential oil blends that you can make. Sometimes I find that they don't really last as long, so if you're looking for an alternative, I would highly recommend these. One more thing with the whole travel thing, and then we can actually move on to books and mindset shifts. I was never really going to tell you about this. I don't know why, because I feel like really if you do travel, then this is something that you should actually know about, even though it may or may not be suitable for some of you, but I think that it will be helpful to know for most of you. A while back, well, as you can tell, hello, my hair is long. So whenever I travel, it's always a drag. It's always been a drag for me to take care of my hair. So this happened. And in all fairness, I thought that this was the biggest scam. Why would you want to spend so much money on a hair dryer? Why does it matter? You know, who cares? Honestly, lifesaver. Basically, this is one of the best blow dryers that I've ever used. This is the one from Dyson. This is the Dyson blow dryer. Watch. What? I know. Well, you get like 2 heads. If you guys want to see a more detailed review and see it in action, like here's the 2 heads that it comes with. If you guys wanted to see like a full review, let me know in the comments. I would love to film it for you, and I can actually show you the full demo now that my hair is relatively long. When you are traveling, having a really good blow dryer is a lifesaver. It just is. It saves you time, and honestly, it just means that you're going to look as close to feeling the comfort of looking good as if you were to be home. Highly recommend it. Even though it will be a splurge, obviously it's an investment. So let's make peace with the fact that it's super overpriced. It's an investment. I generally don't buy blow dryers very often, and also for the longest time my hair was actually short, so I kind of didn't really care. So for those of you with short hair, this will be a complete waste of time for you. But for those of you with like longer hair or with children, oh my gosh, it's a lifesaver. That's all I will say about that. If you guys have questions, just comment below and let me know that you want to see more about the Dyson blow dryer. Let's move on to books, shall we? Before we move on to crystals and mindset shifts. The Kat and Nat's Mom Truth is out, and I had no idea that I would enjoy this book so much. It's funny, and honestly, like every single time that I've seen books about moms or really tapping into, you know, like the mom life, or you know what I mean, like some of the struggles that moms kind of go through and some of the hardships and obstacles that we face as mothers, I never really connected with that, because I never really wanted to acknowledge that we really need to acknowledge that and have some, you know, empathy and compassion when it comes to the challenges that may arise with motherhood. So they put a really funny spin to a lot of these things. They are really straight shooters. It's a funny read. If you're looking for like a lighthearted book that will connect with your, you know, your inner mama, this would be a fun read for you. Another book that I also picked up is from Rachael Hollis, of course, Girl Stop Apologizing. I will just pop up a picture of it here, because I actually end up, because I'm one of those weird people that if I really like a book, I actually travel with it, like, and I literally take it everywhere. It's sort of like my little security blanket. Like I cannot leave a house without a book in my hand. So I left it at my work, so whenever I go to work, then I can actually just sit and read right before my appointment starts. Oh, it's such a good book, you guys. It really is. It's one of those things where if you're looking for something that will sort of give you a sense of direction, and you really need to understand why we have been conditioned in a way that we're apologizing for success. We're apologizing when really we should be standing up and taking our power back. That book is definitely going to be for you. I would highly recommend it, but it's not, I don't want you to think like I'm highly recommending it because it's hyped up at the present moment. I'm recommending it because honestly, I think that if you're at the point where you've just really spent a lot of mental and emotional energy on things that are really not getting you forward, this will be your wake-up call. And that's exactly what it's helping me with, where I'm really understanding that I have been spending a lot of my time apologizing for wanting the things that I want and doing the things that I want to do. And really, like, that just needs to stop, because then you're living in a way that you're asking for permission to really truly shine your light, which is what we're all about here. I always encourage you guys to really tap into that inner power where you can do the things, you can go to the places, you can be around the people that you really want to be around, and stop wasting your time with, you know, trying to be good enough for other people, because that's not where your power lies. So without really going into too much detail into the book, honestly, you need to read it. It's a quick read, but it's definitely going to change your mind on so many things that may have held as truth for you, because that's what it has done for me. And another book that I have picked up that has been awesome, and it's just a really great activity book, is the Big Book of Less. You have lots of little like pop-ups and stuff like that that's in there, like really cute. But overall, the reason why I like this book is because it just gives you quick insights on a lot of different topics that ultimately boil back into the same thing of how to live a more mindful and meaningful life without really feeling like you need more in order for you to feel fulfilled and happy. If you're looking for an awesome quick read, it's not really going to be like your novel. It's going to be like quick articles, because Flow is actually a magazine. So like a lot of their writers have come up with like the different areas of this book, but nevertheless, it's really meaningful. It's really valuable. And if you're looking for a quick and easy read, then this would be right up your alley. Like the last moon ritual that I have done for the full moon in April, you may have seen that I've kind of switched it up a little bit, and I've actually done an abundance bowl. Now, for me to create like a full abundance bowl, I actually picked up 2 new crystals. So one of them is citrate and the other one is pyrite. I believe I'm saying it right. As I'm holding them up, you can see their names, but basically both of them, this is definitely, the citrate is definitely a very bright yellow, very happy, uplifted, like connected, super cute, a very strong gravitation towards that. And then pyrite, it's more of a golden color. Here you go, here's a little bit of a close-up. Very beautiful, super heavy grounding stone, but also it's excellent when it comes to any type of manifestation, whether it's spiritual or physical manifestation. So I have used it in my full abundance bowl. Again, if you wanted to see like the full ritual, I'll leave the link to that video in the show notes so you can take a look. But those are like the 2 new crystals that I have that I'm like really loving at the very moment. And as far as mindset shifts are concerned, honestly, it kind of relates back to abundance, and it relates back to apologizing. Go figure. So the right tools always seem to be coming at the right time. The trip that we have taken has been the most meaningful, and it has been the most beautiful. It was just a little bit of everything, like, you know, but that required me to just shift a little bit, especially if you're used to going to, like me and my family have been really used to going to like all-inclusive resorts. So once I shifted away from, you sort of have to say no to the familiar so that you can shift into the better and the more meaningful vacations. And that required a little bit of mindset shift on my part, where I own that part of me that just felt, I didn't feel ashamed, but it definitely shifted me out of that comfort zone where I would literally ask myself, like, am I worthy to be able to take this vacation? Is that okay? Like, is anybody going to be offended? Can I talk to people about it? And like, do I have to apologize for it? And then this is sort of where like the stop apologizing thing totally comes in. So isn't it funny that you get the right tools from the right mentors at the time when you are going through that mental block that you're trying to work through? And honestly, I just realized that I needed to sort of live in a way that I can actually serve from a place of abundance rather than from a place of lack. And that requires saying yes unapologetically to the things that will fill up my own cup. And that's exactly what happens. We made it to Hawaii, and people that are eco-conscious and really just intentional about how they live, and we saw flamingos, like just there's just such richness to our experiences that it could not be just summed up with a simple trade-off of, well, you just said no to Mexico, so you're gonna spend more when you go to Hawaii. Sometimes you can't really measure deeper, more meaningful experiences with money. Sometimes you just have to trust and allow so that those experiences can actually show up in your life. And that's exactly what happened. So if you ever get a chance to go to Hawaii or to go to any of the tropical islands that just sort of push you out of your own comfort zone and makes you question your worthiness or makes you question what's going on with your money mindset there, then it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth working through that, because it will just make you a more intentional human at the end. This is all I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know if you have been to Hawaii and what was your experience. I would love to know. And also let me know if you have tried any of the products that I have mentioned here today. And if you are brand new here, thank you so much for sticking with me. I know it was a little bit of a longer video, but we had a lot to share. So we needed a minute to chat, you know. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, and you can also hit the like button if you have enjoyed this video. You can also get the notification bell so that you don't miss another video. We do chat here about 2 to 3 times a week. Every single week we talk about all about intentional living. So sometimes we review green beauty products, other times we do a little bit of bullet journaling, but nevertheless we're always all about how to live more meaningful and intentionally. And in the meanwhile, you guys, keep shining, because you're just so much more powerful than you think. And I will see you again next time.